Welcome back, my dear followers, or welcome if it's the first time that you are watching my YouTube channel, My Paranormal and Mystery TV. My name is Erika Mugnai, but my artistic name is Rose Tomb. Today I'm going to make you watch the incredible deleted scenes from Hannibal, the film released in 2001 by one of the greatest directors of the world. I'm talking about Ridley Scott. I was shocked when I watched the deleted scenes because you just can't believe in so many minutes deleted that are almost a movie. And later, the creepiest curiosities behind the film Hannibal. Hannibal, let me tell you, Hannibal was released in 2001 and it was the sequel of The Silence of the Lamb, starring a great, magnificent Anthony Hopkins playing the role of Hannibal Lecter. Then we have in the role of Clarice Starling no more Jodie Foster because she refused because of several reasons not to be in the sequel. So she was replaced by Julianne Moore. And Julianne Moore is also a very great actress. In fact, also Julianne Moore won an Oscar as Best Leading Actress in 2015. Then we have, you must know that the terrible role of Mason Verger. There have been years and years to reveal who was one of the greatest actors ever behind the master face and the villain character of Mason Verger. I'm talking about Gary Oldman. I know that you just can't believe in it, but Gary Oldman played the role of Mason Verger. Then we have Ray Liotta, who played the role of Paul Crandler. Unfortunately, many of you know a great disgrace because Ray Liotta died on May the 26th in 2022 at only 67. Then we have an incredible, huge, one of the greatest Italian actors ever, Giancarlo Giannini, who played the role of Rinaldo Pazzi. Then we have Francesca Neri, who played the role of Allegra Pazzi. Then we have an important Italian actor. I'm talking about Ivano Marescotti, who played the role of Carlo Deo Gracias. Unfortunately, also Ivano Marescotti died on March the 26th in 2023 at 77. And also there are many other actors and actresses, and the location is one of the most wonderful cities of the world. I'm talking about Florence. And now let's watch all these deleted, unlosable scenes. Warning! Some images could disturb the sensitivity of the viewers. And now the deleted scenes from Hannibal 2001.
Friends, family, and co-workers gathered here this morning at Arlington National Cemetery to bury BATF agent John Brigham, shot and killed in line of duty Friday. He was 40 years old. This ill-fated drug raid that claimed his life and 5 others is the latest in a seemingly endless series of incidents, beginning with Waco, Texas, in which the Justice Department and the FBI had been questioned about their use of firepower rather than judgment. This time it was FBI Special Agent Clarice Starling heading up the Calamitous Strike Force. She is also believed to be responsible for all 5 deaths of the alleged drug traffickers, including a mother and her infant son. Agent Starling attained some measure of celebrity 10 years ago when she was given information by Dr. Hannibal the Cannibal Lecter, which led to the rescue of Catherine Martin, the daughter of the former U.S. Senator from Tennessee. She also shot to death serial murderer Jamie Gum, Martin's abductor, the Buffalo Bill killer. However, when she returns to work later this week, she won't be so celebrated. Attorney Telford Higgins, representing one of the families of those slain, says he will file a wrongful death suit.
You like to think when it's over, your things would feel more than a cardboard box. John's parents don't want it. Any of it. Except the dog. Don't want to be reminded.
I want to be reminded.
I don't know this building so good. Just check the fire alarms. It's really bad in there for my asthma. The mold on the beds is really bad. I can hardly breathe in her. I can't go down there. The stairs are really bad on my leg.
I know my way. Come run if I need you. You be up here?
I'll be in the trailer.
That's fine.
Are you paying attention to me, ex-Special Agent Starling?
Hi, I'm Barney. He told you don't get near the glass. He's past the others. The last cell you keep to the right. Put on a chair for you. I'll be watching. You'll do fine.
No. No, I'm not.
Are you Jesus?
No, I'm not.
I want to go with Christ.
Sit down, please.
I can go. I want to
Sit
go
down,
with Christ.
sir.
I can go with
It's
Jesus.
all right.
They're the same arm. The discrepancy is the dates. This one shows the fracture he sustained in the fight with the orderly. This one, the more recent one supposedly, the Verger X-ray, doesn't. It's older. This is the newer of the two, the one from the asylum.
The Capone correspondence goes back to the 13th century. Dr. Fell might have in his hand his non-Italian hand, a note from Dante Alighieri himself. But would he recognize it? I think not. Gentlemen, you have examined him in medieval Italian, and I will not deny that his language is admirable for a straniero. But is he acquainted with the personality of the pre-Renaissance Firenze?
Sogliato wants the job
I
for his
do
nephew. But the scholar seems satisfied with the temporary guide they appointed.
What if he came upon a note in the Capone library, say from Guido de Cavalcanti? Would he recognize that? I think not.
Professor Saliato, if I might, Cavalcanti, as we all know, replied publicly to Dante's first sonnet in La Vita Nuova. If he commented privately as well, if he wrote to a Capone, to which one would it be, do you think, in your opinion? Not even a guess, huh? Francesco, wouldn't you say, since he was more literary than his brothers?
If he's such an expert on Dante, let him lecture on Dante to the studiolo. Let him face them if he can.
I look forward to it. Let's fix a date now. Very well, on the 14th. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Dr. Fell, Chief Inspector Rinaldo Pazzi of the Questura.
Commendatore. How can I be of service?
Sorry. I'm investigating the disappearance of your predecessor, Signor de Bonaventura. I was wondering
Predecessor implies I have the job. Unfortunately, I don't. Not yet. Though I am hopeful. They are letting me look after the library. For a stipend.
I see. Yes, well,
What do you think happened?
to the Signore. Who can say? Perhaps he ran off. But that's a love affair. Anyway.
Not another victim of Il Mostro, I hope.
No, that I'm sure. We find in Mostro's victims.
I never actually met Signora de Bonaventura, but I have read several of his monographs in the Nuova Antologia.
The officers who first checked didn't find any sort of farewell or suicide note. I was wondering if you...
If I happen to come across anything in the Capone library, stuffed in a drawer or book, yes, I'll call you at once.
Thank you.
You've been reassigned.
Pardon?
You were on the Il Mostro case, I think I read.
Yes, that's right.
And now you're on this. This is much less grand a case, I would think.
Well, if I thought of my work in those terms, yes, I guess I'd agree.
A missing person.
So?
Were you unfairly dismissed from the grander case, or did you deserve it?
Regarding this one, Dr. Fell, are the Signore's personal effects still at the palazzo?
Mm-hmm. Packed neatly in 4 cases with an inventory. Alas, no note.
Oh. Well, I'll send someone over to pick them up. Thank you for your help.
Inspector Patsy. Have you thought about Botticelli?
Who?
Botticelli, Sandro Botticelli.
Not since the middle school art class, I'm afraid.
Well, those awful pictures in the papers of the monster's victims, his careful arrangement of the young lovers' bodies, the flowers, the lady's exposed left breast. They're tableaus. They remind me of Botticelli. Maybe a clue? Ciao. followed with enthusiasm the course of your disgrace and public shaming. My own never bothered me, except for the inconvenience of being incarcerated. But you may lack perspective. In our discussions down in the dungeon, it was apparent to me that your father, the dead night watchman, figures largely in your value system. I think your success in putting an end to James Gumm's career as a couturier pleased you most because you could imagine your father being pleased. But now, alas, you're in bad odor with the FBI. Do you imagine your daddy being shamed by your disgrace? Do you see him in his plain pine box crushed by your failure, the sorry, petty end of a promising career? What is worst about this humiliation, Clarice? Is it how your failure will reflect on your mommy and daddy? Is your worst fear that people will now and forever believe they were indeed just good old trailer camp tornado bait white trash, and that perhaps you are too? By the way, I couldn't help noticing on the FBI's rather dull public website that I have been hoisted from the Bureau's archives of the common criminal and elevated to the more prestigious 10 most wanted list. Is this coincidence, or are you back on the case? If so, goody goody, because I need some action, Clarice. I need to come out of retirement and return to public life. I imagine you sitting in a dark basement room, bent over papers and computer screens. Is that accurate? Please tell me, truly, Special Agent Starling. Regards, your old pal, Hannibal Lecter, MD. P.S. So sorry to hear of Jack Crawford's illness and his demise. I considered wiring a nice spray of crimson roses in condolence, but knew they would more likely arrive as canary daffodils. I did observe a moment, and not a moment more, I assure you, of silence for poor old Jack.
Hey, thanks.
How's it going? Any leads?
Yeah, they're all leads. You just don't need the hint.
I'm not supposed to have it.
Bill, you're not supposed to be in Italy. You're hardly supposed to exist.
O109. OW. Dot. Tufog. Dot. Ronaldo.
What?
Who'd you get it from?
Not from you. I don't even know you. Romula.
say what I'm thinking. I'll be right back to help you. Any developments in the Ilmaso case?
Oh, yes. I believe my colleagues are checking suspects' homes to see if they have any Botticelli prints.
In their homes, that would be rather obvious, wouldn't it?
Serial killers are obvious. Their primary motivation is to be obvious, to be noticed.
But not caught.
Oh, yes. That too, I think.
Buonasera. On a related subject, I must confess to you, I'm giving very serious thought to eating your wife.
Federico, check it out. Students.
If I'm not at the Piazza Bella Squadra within 10 minutes, my wife is going to kill me.
That's all? All right.
That's all.
Hi.
Hi, some ID, please.
Look, I got an appointment with Mr. Verger.
Some ID, please.
Barney Matthews.
Okay, it's about a mile further down the road. Somebody meet you out front.
Thanks. House, which way?
Relieved of field duty pending an internal investigation into the charges, Special Agent Starling, a 7-year veteran on the Bureau, began her career with an assignment to interview lethal madman Hannibal Lecter.
Dr. Lecter.
Receiving information from
May I help you, sir?
James Gum,
I'm sorry, I
Catherine Martin,
got distracted.
former U.S. Senator Ruth
Toby.
Martin from Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm looking for some good steak knives.
Oh, well, this is our kitchenware. Our houseware is right over there.
Oh, thank you.
Uh-huh.
The
The FBI and the Justice Department are looking very carefully into the charges, and yes, they're extremely serious. Starling is one of the best agents that we have, and having known her for a number of years, I would be very surprised if these accusations turn out to be true.
Is it true that Special Agent Starling was suspended? Is it true that Special Agent
the Justice Department and the FBI united in this decision? It's much too soon to condemn her.
You already have, Paul.
The public has a right to know.
No further comments, thank you.
Just another question, Mr. Kretman. The public has a right to know these things, sir.
I came halfway around the world to watch you run, Clarice. Let me run, huh? Tell me, Clarice, would you ever say to me, stop? If you loved me, you'd stop.
Not in 1,000 years.
Not in 1,000 years. That's my girl.
What are those?
Not these here. Those are figs.
And that?
And this? Wow, that I don't think you would like.
It looks good.
Oh, it is good.
Can I have some?
You're a very unusual boy, aren't you?
I couldn't eat what they gave me.
Now, should you? It isn't really food as I understand the definition. That's why I always bring my own. Are you sure your mother wouldn't disapprove of your accepting food from a stranger?
She would.
She would, huh? Yeah, but she's asleep. So, which would you like to try? This? I suppose it's all right. After all, as your mother would tell you, mine always did, it is important always to try new things. Open. That's more. Okay. Tell me, Clarice, will you ever say to me, stop? If you love me, you'd stop.
Not in 1,000 years.
Not in 1,000 years. That's my girl.
And now that you watched the deleted and uncut scenes from Hannibal, are you ready to discover the creepiest, darkest secrets behind the film? I guess yes. I go on.
Hannibal, 2001, wasn't supposed to work. It was too expensive, too violent, too chaotic. The lead actress walked away. The studio wanted to make it without Hannibal Lecter. Actors were having panic attacks, therapy sessions, and literal nightmares. But somehow, it became a cult classic worth over $350 million worldwide. Behind Liotta's brain-eating scene didn't just disturb audiences. It traumatized the cast and crew for months. The production used both a green skull cap, where the image of an exposed brain could be superimposed, and an animatronic Krendler for close-ups. But here's the kicker. Liotta actually ate real calf's brain during rehearsals for authenticity. The actor later admitted, "It traumatized me too," when reminded of the scene's impact. He reportedly suffered nightmares for weeks and refused to eat anything with a similar texture to the fake brain props. Even the crew members had to take breaks during filming, with several requesting therapy sessions afterward. The scene became so notorious that it spawned an entire subgenre of gourmet horror, trying to replicate its visceral impact.
Here's the exact things that brain.
I would really like some more.
That smells.
She had very great panic attacks.
Moore reportedly suffered panic attacks during her first week of filming because she felt like she was wearing Jodie Foster's skin. The pressure of replacing one of Hollywood's most beloved actresses in an iconic role created a psychological nightmare for Moore. She insisted on completely rewriting several of Clarice's scenes to make the character feel different enough to justify her existence. Moore later revealed she would have anxiety attacks in her trailer, feeling like audiences would never accept her version of Clarice. The rewrites were so extensive that they added weeks to the production schedule and millions to the budget. Ridley Scott had to bring in additional dialogue coaches and even a therapist to help Moore overcome her imposter syndrome. Despite the trauma, Moore's dedication to making the role her own ultimately created a unique interpretation. Oldman was so unrecognizable, he demanded to stay anonymous. Gary Oldman went completely uncredited in the film, despite playing the main villain, Mason Verger, making him one of the most expensive unknown actors in cinema history. The transformation was so extreme that Oldman's own mother couldn't recognize him at the premiere. His prosthetic process took 6 hours daily, and Oldman couldn't eat solid food while wearing the elaborate facial appliances. He had to consume all meals through a straw, leading to a 15-pound weight loss during filming. The anonymity wasn't about ego. Oldman genuinely believed audiences wouldn't connect the performance to him, allowing for a more authentic viewing experience. His commitment was so total that he stayed in character between takes, speaking in Verger's disturbing whisper even during lunch breaks.
You know, I thank God for what happened. It was my salvation. Have you accepted Jesus, Agent Stalin?
Do you have faith?
Fact.
The wild attack
Scene involved real animals that became dangerously excited during filming. Dummies and stuntmen were smeared with food so that the animals naturally mouthed the bodies. But one boar named Popcorn became so enthusiastic that it knocked over a cameraman and continued attacking the equipment. The production had to hire professional animal wranglers and build reinforced barriers after several crew members were chased by overstimulated boars. The animals were trained for months beforehand, but their natural hunting instincts kicked in when they smelled the food-covered props. Multiple takes were ruined when boars refused to stop feeding on the dummies, requiring the handlers to use food rewards to lure them away. The scene that appears in the film is actually a composite of dozens of takes, as no single attempt captured the desired violence without putting the crew at risk.
Hey, Cordell, why didn't you push him in? All it said was me.
Cordell?
Cordell? Cordell! Cordell!
The production
budget ballooned from $87 million to over $130 million, partly because Ridley Scott insisted on shooting in authentic Italian locations, including getting permission to film inside actual Renaissance palazzos that hadn't allowed cameras for centuries. Scott's obsession with authenticity led to months of negotiations with Italian cultural authorities and astronomical location fees. Some palazzos required specialized insurance policies worth millions, as any damage to priceless frescoes or architecture would have been catastrophic. The crew had to use museum-grade lighting equipment to avoid heat damage to centuries-old artwork. Transportation costs alone exceeded $8 million, as period-accurate furniture and props had to be shipped between multiple historic locations. Italian bureaucracy added months to the schedule, with permits requiring approval from cultural ministries, local governments, and historical preservation societies. The authentic locations created stunning visuals, but nearly bankrupted the production.
Yes, good, thank you. And his men waiting for me outside?
One of the most brutal, horrific scenes that shocked the public and still shocks everyone who watches Hannibal was not only the iconic scene with Ray Liotta with cat brain, but also this unforgettable, horrific scene.
Ian has been looking at Lecter's profile a lot, and she finally spots Hannibal in the security footage. She requests to speak with Patsy, who denies having any knowledge of Lecter, but Clarice knows he's been peeping Hannibal on his home computer. She advises against trying to capture Hannibal alone, but Patsy is having none of that and apparently leaves his gun behind. Patsy meets with Carlo to start their Lecter hunt, and the doctor gives a presentation at the library. The presentation involves the hanging and disembowelment of Judas, which dumbass Patsy can't tell is foreshadowing. He invites Lecter for a drink, informing Carlo that they'll be out shortly, but looks like Dr. Fell has a plan of his own. He flips to a slide depicting Patsy's dead ancestor, and after threatening to eat his wife, Hannibal knocks him out with chloroform. He's created a noose out of an extension cord and bargains his wife's life for information, and Patsy confirms Verger is after him and his men are outside. Hannibal answers his phone, expecting Verger, but is delighted to hear Clarice's voice. Sadly, he can't chat for long, and he pushes Patsy out to a balcony, disembowels him, and finally hangs him. Carlo and Fabrizio head inside, but Lecter quickly gets the jump on him and slashes his throat. Clarice watches footage of Patsy's murder, and Verger wonders if Lecter is waving goodbye or hello. He even dons.
Balls in or balls out? I feel this. Are you confused? I'll decide for you if you'll permit me. Shut up.